What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome back to the Uncommon Bond podcast. No, this is not an official episode. Just briefly touching base with everybody. Uncommon Bond will be back at the end of September for the beginning of season 4. Yeah, we're just ending the summer, and I just haven't spoken to y'all for a while. So I say, you know what? Let me get out here, bottom shelf Steph, here to talk to the people. Hope everybody had a great summer. We're approaching Labor Day, which of course means that it unfortunately is coming to an end. Parents, I know you're glad school will be back in session and things kind of get back to normal. And, we get to enjoy a couple last barbecues and hang with the friends and everybody that we know and love. I hope everybody had a safe summer. Hope everybody got to do the things that they wanted to do, saw the people they wanted to see, because life is short, right? Life is short, and we're not here for a long time, but we are here for a good time. Holla at Cask and Cane. Cask and Cane is a great Caribbean rum distilled from sugarcane. Holler at them on Instagram, Black owned business. Always glad to support. Cask and Cane, y'all. It's a beautiful thing. Y'all understand? I have a little sippy sip. Hey, y'all gotta understand that we do this thing here to spread love, to uplift not only our community but our women and our children, and just talk. You know what I mean? We just talk. We talk regular stuff. We talk sports. We talk current events. We talk life, right? Not really much to say. I feel good. I'm in a good place. This summer allowed me to do, some work and then work on myself, physically and mentally. It's always a good opportunity when you have some time off to kind of clear your mind and focus on the things that you really want to focus on within, not on the outside, like the outside noise and the outside things you always have going around on you, but you always want to make sure that you're good on the inside. And, nobody's perfect. So I sit here as a flawed man trying to work on who I am to become a better person, a better father, a better son, a better educator, just a better all around Black man. So, I hope the same for you. And don't be afraid to hop up in the comments and just tell me, what you've been working on, what you doing, man. You ain't got to get in depth, but we could talk a little bit. Um, let's get into the regular goings on of the summer, the things that have been happening recently, and then we out of here, man. Kanye West had a wild Italian trip with his wife Bianca Censori. I hope I'm saying that name right. They had public nudity. They had racy outfits. They risking arrests. They had PDA. He got what supposedly looked like some fellatio on a boat with his wife. His booty cheeks was out, and everybody was in an uproar. And how interesting that one person that would come out in, I guess, fear or upset about what's going on and how these things worry me, shock me, and they're appalled. Kim Kardashian, his ex, who literally has a whole sex tape out from years ago, but still, you're gonna be appalled about this man doing this. Anyway, the man's on the wife with his boat. I don't got nothing else to say. I'm gonna leave that alone. Moving along, we also had funny another young lady. Her name is Bianca? Is it? Let me. No, sorry, Destiny. Destiny. She is the mother of now Miami Dolphins star Eli Apple, and she offered to pay the fines for any NFL player who injures Eli on the field during the season. Sent out a post on IG, said she would sell them the money if they just hurt him. Now, I don't got time because this is the type of woman. stay away from these type of women. Let's before we even go crazy. Yes, she is the mother of Eli Apple's child, newly born child. She is also the mother of Geno Smith, quarterback of the Seahawks child, and also NFL player Josh Jacobs. I forget what team he's on now. So this woman literally, she ain't playing three-card Monty. She got all three jokers. She holding it in her hand. I don't know what kind of game this is, but all I know is she's winning. Okay? She's winning. You got three either millionaires or pseudo or slightly under millionaires as the father of your children. Three different men in the NFL. I don't know what she got going on, what she does, or how she's doing it, but you know what they say, if it's that good, I don't want it. Like, what is going on here? I mean, goodness gracious. You're going to pay people to hurt this man? Listen, she playing the game all types of right. Here's the problem with people who are famous or have any type of celebrity, athlete, actor, blah, blah, blah. Now, you tell me if I'm wrong. But do these women not all look the same? Every IG model, every influencer, like, it's like they just rotate the same 6 or 7 women. One day that she's with him, then she's with him, then she's with him. Years ago, after mothering, I should say, giving birth, having Geno Smith's baby, she was on had an interview with DJ Academics, and basically said she had a hard time not sleeping with his teammates, Geno Smith's teammates at the time, and that her all-time wish, or I guess man of her dreams, would be James Harden. We ain't strapping up. We ain't walking past this woman. We not going to Google one time, just one time. Say, oh yeah, I'm gonna say what's up, ma. Yeah, I like your style. Da, da, da. What's your name? All right, cool, no problem. Yeah, I'll be right back. I'm going to the bathroom. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, yeah. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just get about this bathroom and I'm out of here, man. I ain't even talking to this woman no more. But no, we say, or no, not we. They say, oh, I got to, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I gotta have that. Go back out there, whoop-de whoop, wop-de wop. Now we back at the crib. You know what I mean? Da da da. I don't know what's going on. Are you telling you love her? You telling you don't love her? According to her, Eli didn't want her to have this baby. Well, here's one way for her not to have this baby, Eli. Don't sleep with her. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a peasant. I'm not worthy. Some of us are not worthy enough to be in these circles where women. Anyway, moving on. Also, I don't know if you know of this young woman. Some people say she's very famous. Other people say she's not worth the time. Some people say, who is that? Some people know her exactly. So her name is Brittany Renner. And Brittany Renner came to fame. She had a child by a young man on the Hornets. Forget his name too. Whatever. But she, she is another one of those, and she went on a podcast, the Danza Project, and she was on there. It was her. She was, of course, and with the staff and the people, and she was also on there with how you gonna get me to Charleston White of internet fame or certain things or whatever the case may be. So they're interviewing her, XYZ. The topic goes into like getting wet or something like that. Next thing you know, she's up. She's over at Charleston. She gets on, like literally gets on his lap, sits herself upon his lap. She's in a mini skirt. and starts twerking and grinding on him. Charleston White is a married man. All right, let's just put that out there. Twerking, whining on him, whatever the case may be, gets up, then proceeds to not only douse the host with a bottle of water, like literally spill it on him, and then empty the rest on Charleston, poor Charleston, and they all just a kiki and a ha ha, while she's sitting there getting more and more disrespectful, throws a bottle into the like wherever the cameraman and other people on the podcast crew at, and she ends up getting into it with Shannon Briggs, the former heavyweight champ, Shannon Briggs, because he was the only one that I could hear in the background that just was not with it. Was on some like, bitch, I ain't security. Yeah, like, don't do that, man. But everybody else seemed to be with it. And here's the problem, right? Whatever, I ain't even going. Brittany Renner is of no consequence in this situation, other than she is the person that did it. But imagine it was 3 women hosting this show, and a young man got up, walked over to a married woman, put his crotch in her face, and starts dancing and grinding and just doing all type of little, suggestive movements, and then gets up off of her, takes his bottle of water, douses one woman, turns around, splashes the woman that he was just dancing on, and starts cursing and calling the other women in the back and on the crew all type of bitches and this and that and sucker this and sucker that, and just imagine that. Imagine that. Listen, man, the double standard and just the way that society turns their blind eye to certain activities when it's a different gender is amazing. First of all, these men did not want no trouble. They didn't want no smoke because they don't want to go to jail. But I also believe that when some men are very attracted to a woman, they allow certain things to happen that they don't need to allow to happen. Because at any point during that podcast interview, they all could have been like, yo, get security, get up out of here, or just walk off the set. Like, you ain't finna hijack my podcast to just be an ignorant person. She's doing all type of brrr, blah, it is what it is. Like, literally, look how annoying this sounds. It is what it is. It is what it is. Like, what? She's making all type of noises. I'm telling you, as immature as that just sounded, that's what she was doing. Just making all type of noises and I'm like, no one's gonna stop this woman. Nobody. We just gonna sit here and get doused. Like, they literally sat there, wiped the water off, talk about, okay, let's calm down, let's reset the room. They ain't no resetting the room, bro. But in this day and age, content is king. And so, who knows? Maybe they paid her to do it. Maybe it's staged. See, these are the things that we got to start thinking about. Because as much as we had an uproar, and I include myself, oh, Kiki was at the Usher concert. Oh, her baby father talking about you a mother. Oh, and guess what? She made some shirts, you a mama, and a little paraphernalia. The next Usher video, Kiki's in the video. And who's celebrating Mr. Darius Jackson's birthday with him not long ago? Kiki. Because they still together. Because they probably knew the whole time this is just an act. This is content, and we going to create it. Listen, reality is now on TV. Like, that's where we've come from. We've come from sitcoms, movies, entertainment into reality TV where they acted like it was real, but it really wasn't. So now reality is a form of TV. Every and anything can be questioned as content. I could be sitting at the table with my girlfriend and we could be having a talk and we are creating content. I'm drinking this drink. Content. I'm on a podcast. Content. If I go outside and film myself falling down, content. That's where we are today in this world. Every and anything done is reality, real, and content. So now everybody's a producer, you know? And we fall victim to all the things in society that are horrible. Um, whether it's the music and how subpar it is now, whether it's hip hop or whatever the case may be. Long gone. If you are still sitting here thinking, we celebrated hip hop's 50th anniversary. Shout out to that at Yankee Stadium. It was a great cast, star-studded event. Cameron, Ghostface, Slick Rick, Wu-Tang, you know what I mean? Like the list goes on and on. Phenomenal night. Dougie Fresh, to me, stole the show. The things pause that man can do with his mouth. Yo, and he's like counting. Listen, I don't know who went, who didn't go. I thought about it. I didn't go. I watched live, and I thought, what a phenomenal show. Lauryn Hill showed up on time for what she was there for as a guest of Nas. Snoop Dogg. The list goes on and on. I can Run DMC, I think, closed the show. But they brought out I think it was Scarlip and a few other young gunners that are coming up in the game. But overall, it was just a great celebration of hip hop, a great celebration of an art form that, quote unquote, started 50 years ago, probably even more. But on some level, as Nas said, the great Nas, the best rapper alive, in my opinion. Oh, Lil Wayne was there. It's time to start having that conversation. Nas all day. That's where I'm at. Tribe Called Quest, my favorite group. I don't know why they wasn't there, but anyway. But Lil Wayne, when do we start having this conversation as far as greatest rapper alive? Because I must admit, at first I was hating, and I gotta start thinking about the things that this man done put out here musically. He up there. It's up for debate. But other than that, man, listen, I'm just glad to just get up on the mic, get some things off the chest. Listen, I've seen some things recently that just made me question and wonder and ponder. And I always want to know how you guys or what you guys think. What do you guys think about people? Here's one. People that have 2 to 3 children, let's say 4. You have 4 children. After you have these 4 children, and let's say 2 of them are not doing so well in school, meaning behaviorally wise, and the other 2, they're coming up, but they're a handful too. Like, at what point do we ask or figure out a way to stop certain people, irresponsible adults, from having children, from populating or overpopulating this world with young people who are not being managed, parented, or being cared for on any type of responsible level? It is time to have that conversation, I think. Like, you don't need to have 8 children, 9 children if your first 3 it's not going well. The father's not there, not in the picture on any of them. You know what I mean? And then you just keep adding to the list. Like, do we not? Is there? I don't know. I just think that when it comes to the responsibility of grown people, we have to start looking ourselves in the eyes and saying, am I ready to have a child? Do I want to have a child? And am I willing to do all the things that it takes to raise a child to adulthood? Because there are a lot of people out here putting children in horrible situations because they just wanted to have a good night. And I'm not saying that I am not guilty of doing things like unprotected sex and not thinking things all the way through. But we as a human race have to start looking at what kind of children are we putting out in this world, because the things that I see on a day-to-day basis just make me sick. And it's not about children, it's about who they're going home to. People aren't invested, man. And if you want to be a parent in this world, please understand that it is a 25/8, 366 job. It don't stop, it can't stop, it won't stop. And it ain't bad boy. But that's all I'm saying, man. Take a minute, take a step back, reflect, look at yourself, look at your life, look at who you're with, and think about what's next. Because sometimes, the path to walk is a path you need to walk alone. And then figure out how you're going to do with someone else. And then how you guys are going to join and do something better. I always encourage everybody, man, if you got a family, if you have a child, if you have a spouse or, significant other, or, you're married, turn off the TVs at the table, sit down and eat together, because that's where we started to lose our way. Stop taking your food into your rooms, and stop letting the kids eat outside all the time, and break bread at a table and talk to one another for about 45 minutes over some meals. It ain't gonna hurt. It's only gonna make the world a better place. Uncommon Bond, bottom shelf Steph. I'm out. Enjoy the rest of your summer. We'll see you at the end of the month. Peace. Next tape.